All right, folks, how are you doing? It's your friend Phil here. I'm here with one of our students, Shri, and Fabian as well. And I'm just sharing examples of how you need to study the content. And the same goes for you, Fabian. You know, both of you, I know how you've been on the journey, and I really am really eagerly looking forward to you killing the exam. But I want to give you a quick tip on how to, chew this book a bite at a time. So if you go to page 686, that is the beginning of the so-called grouped and ungrouped tools and techniques, okay? One of our other students who is studying for the exam, Dustin, he told me, Phil, I'm making a table in Excel of this. And I said, my goodness, that's a great idea, because by the time you're done, all of these pesky little sub-tools and techniques will jump out at you, and you'll know what you know and what you don't. But as you go through these, you want to take note of those that only appear in one or two processes. For example, on page 686, market research, there's only one number on that line. Oh, that's plan procurement management. Oh, market research. Of course I use market research, because from that, I'll know whether I should make or buy. You see how you can join this awareness to the definition of that thing? Then you've got questionnaires and surveys. 5.2, collect requirements. You'll use questionnaires and surveys. And 13.1, identify stakeholders. You'll use questionnaires and surveys to glean information about those folks. You see that? Those ones, those that are just one number on the line, those ones you really want to zero into them. Statistical sampling is another one. The last line entry, 8.3, you see that? That tells you statistical sampling is used in control quality only. So as you go through this table, this is going to help you. I want to challenge you. Any of you who are watching, why don't you create yours? Why don't you create your own table X6-1? Don't look for the pre-made tables that exist. Make your own. And in so doing, you're going to see, oh, assessment of other risk parameters is only used in 11.3. Why? You want to understand why. Because that is where it's applicable. It's not applicable anywhere else. The other risk parameters, propinquity, manageability, and all that stuff, you don't use that in just any old process. It is specific to perform qualitative risk analysis, you see. Assumption and constraint analysis, used only in 11.2. So all of, researching these pages is going to help you, because the tools and techniques are just beastly. They are. Let's be honest, there's too many of them. If you count all the tools and techniques in the guide, grouped and ungrouped, there's a boatload. In fact, let's open that can of worms. Let's talk about those so-called ungrouped tools and techniques, because these are beastly as well. Page 691. If you look at page 691, 692, 693, and 694, what you will find is a set of tools and techniques that are not grouped. That's not to say that they're not used in more than one place. They're used, they can be used in multiple places, but those ones, because they are not grouped, you need to pay attention to those in a different way, all right? Now, the thing about a lot of these ungrouped tools and techniques, let me show you some examples. Look at change control tools all the way down to communication requirements analysis. Do you see that most of these ungrouped tools and techniques are used only in one or two places, 3 at best? Now, some are used like all over the place. So expert judgment is not grouped. It's used in like almost everywhere. But if you take a look at the other ungrouped tools and techniques, what you're going to realize, the other ungrouped tools and techniques, those are used in like 1 or 2 processes. Go to the final page, 694. Schedule compression used in 2 places. Schedule network analysis used in 1. Source selection analysis used in 1. Strategies for opportunities, strategies for project risk, strategies for threats, all used in just 1. Test and inspection planning, test and product evaluations, testing/product evaluations used in just 1. 3-point estimating used in 2. TCPI used in 1. Training used in 1. Virtual teams used in just 2. Why am I showing you this, folks? I'm showing you this to call your attention to the fact that you need to be honing in on these unique things. Now, what triggered me doing this video, right here, we had a link from a question from Shri. Fabian says, it always comes back to the ITTOs. That's true. Shri says, is it okay if I remember all the important outputs and tools and techniques? And that's what prompted me to create this video, to let you guys see where you can find the low-hanging fruit for the tools and techniques. A lot of the low-hanging fruit is in the ungrouped tools and techniques, because for the most part, they are largely, I'm not saying every single one, but they are largely unique. You need to know those ungrouped tools and techniques really well. And then when it comes to the grouped ones, you also need to know those well. But you're going to look at those from a different lens, because many of those are used in so many places. All right. So you got to balance it up, balance it all up. All right. So Shri, thank you for the question. You see, I told you, people learn when you ask questions. So ask as many questions as you will, and we'll just keep getting down to the bottom of this, but very great contribution. All right. So our friends who are not on the call, they'll be able to watch this video. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, those of you who are watching after the fact. We just got done with one of our classes. We just got done with our PMP exam boot camp. Those of you who have not signed up for any boot camp, I don't know what you're waiting for. Do you truly think it gets any better than this? It doesn't. What is outside is, we don't have time for questions, we need to go. Hey, look, this is roughly 38 minutes since class ended. We are still here talking about questions. That's what your buddy Phil does to help you. Very few trainers would do that. Most of them would already be forgetting they're eating lobster somewhere. But here I am keeping it real. All right, folks, thank you for joining me, Shri and Fabian. I appreciate you guys. Really looking forward to your success. You know, if I could pay to get you certified, I would, but that wouldn't do you any good. But you are going to get certified. You know, you are. This is not a certification you can buy, fortunately. Otherwise, people wouldn't be going for the PMP anymore. They'd be like, oh, I can easily buy that. No point. All right, folks, thank you very much. See you in another video.